After this week, we will only have one more class left. The end of this workshop, though, is really the beginning of a new way going forward to live a full, meaningful life with pain. As we embark on this new journey in the coming week, try and develop a personalized self-care routine to increase the moments in your days that fill your cup. Having a regular personalized mindfulness practice will be critical in the absence of the structure of our regular weekly meetings. The more you can embody these practices on a routine level, the more in tune with your experience you will become. Whether noticing when the stress pain thermometer may be rising or noticing and taking pleasure in the pleasant moments of your experience. When you are having a pain flare-up, you may not feel up to it when it comes to engaging in activity to take care of yourself. Or perhaps you are having a good day, and so you overdo it and want to squeeze in everything you can as you are feeling so good, right? Or perhaps there is a certain anxiety in not knowing how you are going to feel from one day to the next, and so it becomes harder to plan and commit to doing something you might enjoy, just in case you might experience a pain flare-up. Living with pain, stress, and the whole spectrum of emotion that comes along with the territory of chronic pain, anxiety, anger, sadness, can also lead to a sense of not wanting to do anything. Perhaps because all of this takes away your motivation, or perhaps because you can't do things like you used to, so you might think, what's the point? But there is a point. Like learning any new skill, mindfulness takes practice, and a key way to keep yourself motivated to do that is to keep your practice regular and to keep your practice fresh. Pain and stress can oftentimes be unpredictable. If we practice mindfulness each day, it becomes a skill that is available to us when we need it most. Before developing our personalized routine, it is important to keep in mind that we each have our own tendencies in the face of pain. If you are aware of those tendencies as they are happening, however, you can see if in this moment it is helpful or not to go along with those tendencies. Self-care is not selfish, and sometimes you need to put yourself first, and sometimes you need to continue to do things you enjoy instead of letting pain be the dictator. Your personalized self-care routine can include a number of options and combinations of options, so likely the practices you each settle on will be unique to you. Think back to the shopping cart you filled throughout this workshop. The goal is to blend mindfulness into your day-to-day life as a way to manage the pain and as way of life. Keeping up the momentum with your home practice is the best way to make this happen, and for the changes you have noticed throughout this workshop to continue. Think of it like steering a ship. Initially, you slightly turn the wheel of the ship, steering it in a different direction only by perhaps a change in a few degrees, but over time, that slight change in direction sends the ship on an entirely different course. Once we have engaged in these nourishing activities over time, we will no longer be at the mercy of how our pain feels on any given day. There are things we have been doing and can do to manage the pain. Deciding on a regular practice and sticking with it helps to make the exercises you have learned a part of your daily routine, which helps to keep you on the path going forward and to maintain the momentum to keep up the practice. Remember though, at the core of mindfulness is kindness to yourself and keeping a flexible mind. Circumstances change, barriers to practice may arise. Keep your practice fresh and be open to modifying your practice to match your circumstances. Your list of preferred mindfulness practices, quotes, etc., can be a strong support for connecting back and keeping up or refreshing your regular practice of mindfulness. By building more nourishing activities into your day, by actually scheduling them in, and by limiting or removing those activities that drain you, you will also build your sense of control in the face of pain and pain flare-ups. By building control, by routinely practicing the items from your shopping cart, by responding to a rising stress pain thermometer with the items from your shopping cart, you will not be at the mercy of how your pain feels on a given day. To build in more nourishing, valued activities during our day, and to decrease the amount of time spent in depleting activities takes planning and intention, we first invite you to first reflect on activities in your daily life that are depleting similar to what we did in session. Then think, what little shifts in my day or in my approach to my day might allow me to do these less frequently and or differently so as they don't drag me down? And of those activities you value and find nourishing, what little shifts in my day or in my approach to my day might bring more of these into my daily experiences and or help me to be more fully present with them when they are happening. You may be thinking about the competing demands on your schedule and how you feel you should be doing X, Y, or Z for others before taking care of you. You may feel locked into the various patterns of your life. You may feel it's beyond your control to change how your days look or feel. You may feel it's impossible to change your routine to include more activities that add to you and less activities that take from you. Self-care may seem like a luxury, an optional extra if there is time, so it's a bit of a bind. For example, if we want our days to look and feel different, to be doing more of what we value and what energizes us, in return our thoughts may tell us, well, that would be nice, but it's just not possible. But just in bringing awareness to how you are spending your day, by paying attention even in the midst of feeling rushed, as you move from one activity to another, you might find that there are gaps or spaces of time or shifts that can be made in your approach where self-care can become the priority. Bringing awareness to those gaps opens up space for you to choose how you spend those spaces of time, allowing you to make a mindful decision about what you really need. In these moments, you could, for instance, take a moment to slow down and have a cup of tea out in the garden, rather than just running on autopilot by, say, checking emails or scrolling through social media. Overall, the message here is to mindfully check in with yourself multiple times a day, asking yourself, what do I need to do in this moment to best take care of myself?